Next, our next guest and the next speaker is already joined. He is none other than Dr. Saket Jeswani. He is a professor, behavioral trainer, and leadership coach. Dr. Saket has over 15 years of professional experience with expertise in teaching human resource, organizational behavior, and research subjects with proven excellence performance. An NLP certified coach and trainer, he is a keynote speaker at various national and international platforms. He is also the editorial board member and reviewer of national and international journals and conferences. So please welcome Dr. Saket Jeswani with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, everyone.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, Professor Deepak Goyal, for inviting me in this prestigious program, Elixir 10th version. And I thank Imperial College for inviting me for this short session. Once and all, good afternoon, everyone. Students, participants, faculty members. So, I hope you are gaining and learning about our new education policy. What is the agenda of today's program? So, I'll be taking a short presentation, and this presentation will include the key principles, what has been mentioned in our new education policy 2020, specifically for commerce and management education. This will benefit the students in understanding our new education policy, as well as how they can revamp their own life also as a student. That will further help them to achieve success in their life. So I will not be strictly talking about the policies and reforms, but I will be picking out a few important agendas and a student's point of view to be discussed, to be taken care of, to be focused on, so that a student's life becomes successful. And I would request each and every student to please take care of these issues. These are the new demand, the current demand of the world. I hope the presentation is visible. My screen is visible. So the theme of today's program is Reimagine Higher Education. That is National Education Policy
Presentation
2020.
mode, sir.
Sorry?
So can you just make the presentation in the presentation
Yeah.
mode, sir? Just press F5, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It's completely visible. Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine. So on 29th July 2020, the government of Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, approved the National Education Policy 2020 with an aim to transform India's education system. This national education policy, after a gap of almost 34 years, has put in place a slew of education reforms in both the higher education and the school sector. It basically intends to bring a systematic reform into an education system rather than incremental reform. So the purpose was to bring systematicness in the education system in every level, either school level, pre-primary, primary, middle level, or higher education level. So this NEP 2020 is the first education policy of 21st century, and it aims to address the country's current developmental imperatives. This policy envisages inclusive and equitable quality education while aiming to address the growing developmental imperatives of our country. Moreover, the focus is more on the fast changing employment scenarios, which is now becoming more globally diverse ecosystem within our education system, right? So it is also becoming very much critical that one should not only learn within the education system, but also must know how to learn. This is more important. So change and reforms are placed in such a way in this national education policy that learning outcomes will bring the highest quality, equity, and integrity into the system, right from the schooling to higher education. Okay. So the focus of the policy is in offering multidisciplinary and holistic education by inculcating or imbibing knowledge of various disciplines in the curriculum. So it is now becoming more interdisciplinary. Moreover, it is becoming now more practical as compared to theoretical. So emphasis needs to be given on conceptual understanding through pedagogies that emphasize on communication, discussion, debate, research, and cross-disciplinary as well as interdisciplinary thinking. So this is the crux of our national education policies. In view of this, the agenda of today's discussion is certain key principles of the new education policy, and then we will be turning towards into understanding this education policy of more related to commerce and management. So we'll talk about career growth opportunities, not specifically the growth opportunities, but how it can be achieved. So few points I will touch, few important points I will touch that is to be taken care of by the students. Need for paradigm shift, academia industry connect and curriculum development, innovations in new offerings, which is the need of the hour now, and practical exposure and industry immersion. Okay. So the key principles of national education policy is basically it relies on few foundational principles. Our national education policy relies on few foundational principles, that is access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. So all the policies which has been formulated related to education system in this national education policy relies on, believes on, is based on the access of education to all, the equity in the education, bringing quality in the education, the affordability, and the accountability, the responsibility, right? So this policy believes that the education system should develop a good human beings. There are various important policy reforms that has been mentioned, but the overall objective is to create a good human beings in our country. This is more important. And how we are going to create it? With rational thinking, with compassion, with empathy, with courage, resilience, scientific temper, creative imagination, and ethical values. So it's not about only about studying within the classrooms, but bringing out the value system in ourselves. This is more important to become a good human being rather than an intelligent human being, right? So this our national education policy relies on these 5 principles. This policy, this national education policy, has figured out few important aspects, as you can see in the slide. The first one is the respect for diversity and local context. I will not talk it in detail, but I will focus on one important point which is encircled. Okay. So respect for diversity and local context, which has to be bring out in the curriculum, in the pedagogy, and in the policies. It talks about the equity and inclusions within the educational decisions. It talks about the community participation. It's talk about the use of technology, which is again the need of the hour. It talks about the emphasis on conceptual understanding. The biggest lacuna is conceptual understanding in today's generation, actually. They're not conceptually clear about the concepts, about the things. So how they will be able to practically apply it in the industry? So this is the biggest lacuna, actually. Students have to take care of this. This policy is talking about unique capabilities, that is recognizing or identifying, which has to be identified in each student. The most important point and today's focus of discussion is critical thinking and creativity to encourage logical decision making and innovation. This is the need of the hour. You have to be a critical thinker, a problem solver, a decision maker. You have to have a quality of creativity and innovativeness, because industry demands creativity and innovativeness. Okay, you have that mindset that you can sustain in difficult situations. You can take any type of decisions in crisis. This is what the need of the hour is. So you have to develop yourself in that direction. This is the demand of the industry now. So industry says that we will uh, teach or train students, but they should have the quality which we cannot teach. That is the quality we'll talk about in this presentation and the later slides. And the last one is continuous review, which is always important. So these are the certain key principles of NEP, whereas really focusing on the soft skills part of a person, of an individual, that is critical thinking or creativity, right? So the next point is career growth opportunities in commerce and management. So it will not talk about what is the career growth opportunities in the commerce and management stream, but what you need to do. So commerce and management education may need continuous revision and revamp of the curriculum, which will develop the creative potential of an individual and create new career growth opportunities. So what should be that revision and revamp that will create new career growth opportunities? So those revisions and revamps are: education must develop high order cognitive skills. High order cognitive skills. Education must develop high order cognitive skills of the students, right? So education must have to be revised. The curriculum must have to be revised and revamped so that students must generate higher order cognitive skills. Okay, but there are various limitations. There are various problems, hurdles, or limitations wherein it is not very much applicable that cognitive skills can be developed. So it is the responsibility of the individual, the student itself, to harness themselves to have a higher order cognitive skills. So higher order cognitive skills include critical thinking skills, decision making skills, and certain soft skills. So how they are going to develop this? How they will have a critical thinking skills, how they will develop a problem solving skills, how they can own a soft skills. So they have to focus on developing this in themselves. Education is trying at their best. Teachers are trying at their best to develop all these skills, but students have to take care of. I have conducted a study in 2016 wherein I tried to find that what are the factors which affect the employability. It has been said that jobs are not there in the market, but I must say that there are enough jobs in the market. There are enough jobs in the market, but what I researched out is the jobs, uh, the candidates, the students are not employable actually. So what is the reason? So they are lacking certain skills. I've researched on three types of skills: communication skills, technical skills, and soft skills. The biggest lacking, and the industries pointed out that soft skills is the most important skills that students should possess, the candidates, the freshers should possess. We can train them for technical skills, but we cannot train them for soft skills. We cannot enhance the personality of the candidate. We cannot transform the personality of the candidate from a positive, negative personality to a positive personality. That they should learn by themselves. We can teach them, we can educate them, we can train them for technical, but we cannot train them for the soft skills. Okay, so they have to learn of their own. So students should have the understand the importance of understanding and learning the soft skills. So they have to bring along with them the cognitive skills, which the employer will not teach them. Okay, so it is the responsibility of the system, it is the responsibility of the education to enhance the cognitive skills, but it is side by side, it is the responsibility of the students also to develop the cognitive skills. Curriculum must also need to focus on academic flexibility, and it should focus on practicability through internships, thereby which will improve the employability. So academic flexibility must be there, academic flexibility in terms of choosing the courses, which particular type of course. So the academics, the education must have to bring on various disciplines of courses, okay, wherein the students can choose the courses of their own choice, of their own interest. Moreover, there is a system where a student can transform their university enrollment from one university to another university for an year or so that they get exposure of different universities. This is going to be possible now. Okay. The focus on practicality means transforming classroom education to practical exposure. So more internships must has to be added on in the course curriculum so that students get more practical exposure working in the industry. Okay, so these are the three important things what I perceive has to be added in the education system, must be understood by the management of an educational institute and also by the student to inculcate this in the system, which will enhance the career growth opportunities of the students in commerce and management at least. Okay. The next important thing to understand is the need for paradigm shift. Why there is a need? What is the requirement? So education in commerce and management need to be outcome based education. It should be, it should be outcome based education. So outcome based education at undergraduate and postgraduate levels with provision like choice based credit system. So choice based credit system means a student must have the flexibility to choose their subjects from core subjects or allied subjects so that they can learn their preferred subjects and they can inculcate the preferred subjects in their course curriculum. This is what known as outcome based education. So students, where the students wanted outcomes, where students wanted to grow their career, that's how they will get the outcome in that particular direction, that particular specialization. This is what outcome based education is. So there should be academic flexibility in terms of uh, giving students to choose their own subjects. So you should have, so education system must have a list of subjects wherein students on the basis of the minimum requirement of the credit can choose from those list of subjects. The another important thing that is required or a need for paradigm shift is problem based learning. So apart from typical classroom teaching, student learning should be based on solving problems. So here practical exposure is required. More internships inculcation is required in the curriculum. It should be integrated. Problem based learning should be integrated in the curriculum for a better understanding of various concepts in business. So it is the responsibility of the management, the education system to bring out this Moreover, it is the responsibility of the student also to have more and more practical exposure by doing various types of internships, either part-time. So this pandemic has given a great advantage of internships. Many of my students are attending classes online, and side by side they are doing on virtual internships also. So they have received a number of certificates. Apart from this, they have received a number of learnings out of these internships. So this is more important. How to solve a real-time problem. This is only possible through internships and practical exposures. So students try to get more and more internships. The last and the most important, what is the need of the hour now? What is going on, which is hot in the market now? And you need to integrate various massive open online courses known as MOOCs. So you would have heard about Udacity, edX, or Coursera. This platforms provide various massive open online courses, MOOCs, and you need to identify the current requirement of the industry, like business analytics or artificial intelligence. This type of courses you need to identify and try to enroll yourself in such platforms and try to get certificates, because this is what the need of the hour, this is what the industry demands. So apart from the traditional curriculum, post curriculum, you need to have few certificates of certain hot uh, specializations or the topics or the courses. You should inculcate it in your curriculum. Okay, so this is the independent decision of the students which particular course they need to enroll, and they need to have knowledge on those courses. This will also help you to enhance your resume. Okay, so this is what requirement for a paradigm shift and what you can do. Industry academia correct connect. This is very important for an academic institution. They must have a strong industry connect, which will bring in the exposure, the expertise of the industrial domain. So real life experience will always has an edge over theoretical knowledge. This all we believe and understand. Real life experience, that is practical experience, is always as an edge over the theoretical knowledge. So how we are going to bring this in? So we need to have a strong industry connect as an academic institutions, so that we will be able to give an exposure, industrial exposure to our students. Moreover, students should also have the 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 importance of connecting with the industry. Again, I said they should have the practical experience, have the practical exposure to internships. Moreover, they can join for online courses also apart from their typical curriculum. And then the opportunities to major in certain specializations. You should be expertise in a particular specialized subject. So for example, in artificial intelligence, so for example, in analysis domain, like HR analyst or finance analyst, okay, or economics, you should be you should have the opportunity to major in certain specializations. So education system, the academia will provide you these platforms with a strong industry connect, as well as students should also focus on uh, majoring in certain specializations. You should be master of one, okay, not jack of all. For example, the commerce students can go for global accounting certifications. Global accounting certifications like mm, there are many online certificate courses also as related to accounting, CMA, I suppose, Chartered Management Accounting System. So there are many. You can go for this certification courses also, which will be evident with the help of this industry connect. This will help you to know which are the latest demand to be uh, taken care of. The next important thing to understand is innovation and the new offerings. That is again the need of the hour. Creativity and innovation is the need of the hour. So what is innovation? What is creativity? Business management students will definitely understand this. So we have to be innovative, we have to be creative enough to justify ourselves. And it is also very much important for the education system to be innovative and creative in their course curriculum. So they need to introduce new programs, innovative programs in their curriculum, so that it must meet the stakeholders requirement. Now who are the stakeholders? The stakeholders are the industry persons, the stakeholder are the students. Okay, so unless and until the students skills knowledge will not be aligned with the industry requirement will not be fulfilled. And if industry requirement is not fulfilled, students requirement will not be fulfilled in getting a lucrative job. So where is the lacuna? The lacuna is in the curriculum, because the curriculum is not designed as per the meeting the stakeholders requirement. So that's why the industry academia connect is very important. Okay, so by a strong industry academia connects, we can understand the requirement of the industry, we can bring out the required changes in our curriculum, and we will design it as per the requirement of the industry. And likewise, the stakeholders requirement will be fulfilled by understanding and gaining knowledge as per the industry requirement, and then they will be able to get the required jobs, they will be employable. So innovation is very much required. They should introduce new programs, the upcoming requirement of the industry programs they have to bring in their curriculum. Okay, so if education system is strict enough or adamant enough not to bring out the courses and not to include the new courses, the students has the flexibility to join online certification courses. Okay, so this is also the option, and the government is focusing more on students enrollment in this online courses also. Education system can start the interdisciplinary programs. They can mix up a few interdisciplinary programs, as in my university education management students can study one or two subjects of engineering. They have the flexibility, they can opt for any one or two subjects in the engineering domain. Engineering students can study one subjects in each semester of the management subjects. So we have integrated engineering and management curriculum, wherein management student can study one engineering subject, or engineering students can study one management subject in each semester. So this is what integration is, this is what interdisciplinary programs is. So education system has to be revamped, has to be revised likewise as per the industry demand. So industry also demands the soft skills to be developed in a technical candidate. A technical candidate of engineering background must have certain level of soft skills. That soft skills can only be inculcated in a particular student with the help of management education. So this is very much required. That is the integration. And likewise, skills such as business analysis, like using Python, programming, or R, and data visualization courses using Power BI, business intelligence, need to be included in commerce and management curriculum also. That's why I was saying that engineering courses has to be included in the management courses also, because this is the need of the hour. Even we talk about HR analyst. So HR is a management stream, but we are now added it as an analyst. So HR is an analyst who will analyze the things in the HR domain, in the human resource domain. But how the person is going to analyze the HR domain? With the help of the softwares, and softwares is an engineering background. Okay, so the things are transforming in the business world. We are now getting more technological. So knowledge of technology is very much required. So it is the responsibility of the management, the education system, the government to bring in those revisions. And also it is the side by side responsibility of the student also to understand the importance of these revisions. Okay. The next is practical exposure and industry immersion. Practical exposure, as I said, is very important. And industry immersion. Industry must immerse in the curriculum development. So practical exposure to the theoretical learning in the classrooms and simulations in the lab. So practical exposure can be received through the understanding or gaining knowledge in the laboratory or in the industry itself. So going more practical, gaining more knowledge through industry connect is one of the important aspect of getting practical exposure. So industry internships is the need of the hour, and introducing bridge courses on professional skills. So bridge courses is again one of the important fundamental tool now. So bridge courses are certain courses which can be started by the university, by the educational institutes before commencing the real semester exams, real semester
Hello.
classes. Okay, so
Hello.
that bridge courses can be developed. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
Sir, our
I will take
next
last two
guest is on.
minutes. Yeah, I
Guest
will
is
take
on the.
last 2 minutes. I will take last two
Yes.
minutes. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
I am going to finish here.
Yes, sir.
So at the last, I will say that a true dreamer is one who knows how to navigate in the dark. Okay, I hope everyone who's attending this program will understand the meaning of this sentence, this statement. A true dreamer is one who knows how to navigate in the dark. So it is the responsibility of the every individual, every citizen of this country to understand the importance of education system, and to have a dream of a great country, to become a great human being, a true human being, only about understanding the importance of education, and that's how they will be able to navigate themselves in the dark. So the point I was about to talk, that I said in the start of this presentation, that I will talk in the last, I will skip this slide. I will skip this slide. And the point what I wanted to pick is, you need to believe in yourself. You will need to succeed if you don't not show initiativeness. You better have a passionate belief in your ideas, and you need to believe in yourself that you can achieve anything. Okay, so what's that thing? That thing is attitude. You need to have a positive attitude for each and everything. So we need to stop blaming ourselves, blaming the system, blaming every other one. Okay, we need to bring out initiative in ourselves. If the system is not working, we need to bring out the change in the system. We need to inculcate ourselves in those changing things. This is what the paradigm shift is. So invest in yourself to be successful in your life. Invest in terms of your time, in attaining enough knowledge and skills to make yourself successful in your life. So start living your dreams. Don't think, just do it. Thank you so much. You can contact me anytime. My mail ID is there, my phone number is there. You can get in touch with me for any of your doubts and queries. Thank you so much. Thank you, madam. I'm through.
Thank you so much, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for highlighting the key principles of NEP, and what you said, sir, that education in commerce and management need to be really outcome based. Thank you so much for the the last words that you have said for motivating us. Thank you so much once again for joining, and
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you everyone for attending this session.